Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel, Sharon's Nail Boutique. This is the set that I did, and these were those flapper nails that I was talking about. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here, my Marilyn Monroe nails. I completely designed these, came up with all the design on my own. I let my client know, because she's more of like, the last set I did on her were those marble nails that I shared with you guys. But she's more of kind of like a reserved girl, very sophisticated, traditional. She wasn't sure where I was going with this set. She was a little nervous at first because she wasn't sure how they were going to turn out. I knew that she wanted something sexy, sophisticated, so I came up with the color palette being black, nude, and golds. And I knew that Marilyn Monroe fit into that color palette perfectly. So I wanted gray and white photos of Marilyn Monroe, which I have, of course. And I used those as my accent nails. So what I did was I went in, I kind of glued these water decals down as good as I could. And notice that parts of them were, where you poke around with your brush, the color comes off. These are very temperamental. So you have to be very careful when you're placing them. Put them exactly where you want them. And try not to play with them too much. Just make sure that they lay flat and that you cut off all the excess. So what I'm doing is I'm drying that out a little bit more. And instead of using like acrylic or whatever, I'm going to go in with just some glue and glue that down. And I left this part in so you can see that everybody makes mistakes. Not everybody goes in with the right exact stuff at first. So I don't want you ladies to feel like, oh damn, I make so many mistakes and nobody knows what I'm going through, because we all go through it. Like, I've been doing nails 5 years and I still make a lot of mistakes. It's just one of those things that you get over time, So I go in with that glue, that my brush on glue from Dollar Tree. Yep, from Dollar Tree. And it works just as good as all the other stuff. Sometimes I prefer to use this over other stuff because it just seems like I do better when I use this one. Also a good one I was using was just my 3-second nail glue. I actually ended up using that because this was giving me a hard time on my other nail. I cut off the excess when I'm done with this, and then what I do is, so you can't see those edges around the picture, I go in and I start decorating it with glitter around it and stuff like that, so that you can't see where the picture starts and where it ends. It's just kind of like a peekaboo shot. So on the other hand too is you can't really see the picture that much because it's more of like a dull gray and white photo, but I lined it with some of that gold glitter and then some iridescent white opal glitter from, well, Diana Obsessed with Nails, aka Platinum Nails now. But I use a lot of my homegirls on YouTube. Their glitter mixes are gorgeous. I love like Miss Dee Dee, Platinum Nails, Kay Lange, Deborah Sweeney, Jackie Nails, Angela Brooks, Luz Rivera. Like, all these ladies, they make gorgeous glitter mixes. Stacey Conkle, who else? Exotica's Empire. There's some Melissa Nails Clicks. They all make such gorgeous mixes. So here I'm going in on the pinky and I'm sizing this up. This is black lace that I got just from my local Joann Fabrics, and you can get this really cheap, guys. You don't have to pay a lot of money to do encapsulated nails. I literally use everything, and you see that black mesh netting. I use that on the middle finger, and then I go over the top with my Cover Nude blush and kind of like ombre it, and then do like some glitter swoops and stuff. So I'm laying my brush on glue down, and then I'm taking my lace, sticking that down, and like I said, it doesn't always go down on the first try. So just try not to get frustrated, guys, because you will get there in the end, I promise. So you see how much of a hard time it's giving me? It was pissing me off so bad. So what I ended up doing is I took my 3-second glue. This is what I was talking about. And I just kind of squirted that on there and moved it around, and that seemed to work a little better for me as far as the lace went. So that's what I did. I just put that there, laid it down, and it started to stay. So I'm just making sure that it's down a little ways from the cuticle. And I actually do end up going back in on this nail and cutting off some of that top cuticle area. And then I trim my sides a little better before I will come in and encapsulate and use my glitters and stuff. Just putting a little more glue where I need some. I come back in on this nail and I decorate it with like some gold holographic glitter and metallic multi-mix gold glitter mix. And yeah, so just watch how I use, you know, the lace and the mesh netting and stuff like that. There's so many things that you guys can encapsulate on people's nails. I've used real snake skin, I use lace, I use netting, I use all kinds of stuff. I encapsulate my striping tape, I encapsulate my decals. Sometimes I don't, but most of the time I do, just because, you know, when you put them on with the top coat, yeah, they stay for a little while, but then they start to chip, and then that decal starts to peel and come off, and I hate that. So now I'm taking this mesh netting, the black mesh netting, and I'm gonna cut a piece of that out, and it's gonna go on that middle finger. So basically I'm just taking it and I'm gonna lay it over this finger, and then I'll cut around the edges as I see necessary, basically. And then we'll start and we'll go in with our design. But I wanted to leave these parts in for you guys because I wanted you to see where I get my creativity from and how I draw on my inspiration. So yeah, I mean, I pretty much built the design around the Marilyn Monroe decals, and the idea that I had in my head where I was going was very 30s-esque flapper girl. And I love that era. Like, I love that era in history. Like, if I could go back to any time, it probably would be like the 20s and the 30s. And granted, I know that's probably not a particularly good time in history because of the Great Depression. However, I just love like the glamour and the Hollywood-esque like lifestyle back then. And I just love how the women dressed back then. So that's where I drew my inspiration from with these nails, ladies and gentlemen. And I really hope that all the creative designs I've been doing have been inspiring you all to step it up and just think outside the box and try something new and different, like something you're not used to, you know, because that's the whole fun about nails. Like, you could literally do anything on nails. That's why I love working with like different materials and different types of decorations and different colored acrylics, because sky's the limit. Like, yeah, you could do a lot with gel, yeah, you could do a lot with gel polish, but there's only so much you could do. You can't do as much as you could do with colored acrylic, that's for sure. But yeah, so I prefer, like, I have gels and UV gel and poly gel and all that, but I prefer to work with what you see me working with now. So I'm adding some more glue under there, just making sure that that picture is nice and secure. And this is the one that I'll be going in with some of that iridescent white opal from Platinum Nails over the top there, and it's like a real peekaboo nail. I am so in love with how these nails turned out, guys. Let me know what you guys think of Marilyn Monroe. Like, who is your most favorite Hollywood star from the 30s era? Let me know in the comments below. Like, if you could pick a time, any time in history to go back to, not the future, but the past. If you could pick any generation in the past, any year or decade to go back to, which would it be? For me, I would like to go back to like the 30s era or like the 80s era. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys would prefer to go back to in the comments below. And let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. Let me know if these are a keeper, if they're throwaway, if they're garbage. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I really love how they turned out. Well, yeah, so I just start adding my gold multi-cut mixed glitter, already pre-mixed with acrylic that I did myself, and I just start kind of lining that around the picture, just kind of filling in the spaces that I want to fill in, kind of on a swoop on the bottom part, because you don't have to cover like all parts, just kind of those sharp corners, and you can leave some parts showing, you know. So I just go up around them edges with that glitter, kind of lining around Marilyn, and then I will move on to designing the next nail. So I'm just making sure that I have acrylic up there, and then I'll dot around where I want my glitter. And that's easier than just going in with straight glitter, you know. So I actually have this glitter mix as well that was done by, who made it? I want to say that Platinum Nails made this mix, but I'm not 100% sure because I think it could be by Kate Lange as well. So I'm going in on this pinky nail with the Ombre. I'm starting off with my jet black, pure black colored acrylic, and then I'll come over the top with the Cover Nude blush by Mia Secret. This black I actually picked up at my beauty supply because I needed a true black. My super nail black is just too charcoaly, so I needed a true dark jet black. So I go in at that cuticle area with the Cover Nude blush, and then I'll go in with one more at that stress point area, and just to get that more of an opaque coverage on that blend. And I'll just clean up my edges, kind of take some of that off the black down there, clean it up around the edges real nice. And then I'll go in with some of that gold glitter in like a S swoop. Really, really pretty. I like the effect that it gave. And I kind of go up a little more and then come down. And it's always easier to just take your wet brush and dip into the glitter while the nail is still damp, you know. I already went in on the middle finger and glued down my black mesh material. And this stuff could be really fiddly, so you have to be careful. And I think I just go in with some of that gold glitter and dot that around, and then I'll go in with some of that glitter mix as well and place some of that around strategically, like where I see fit, so it looks nice, you know, not like just all over the place so it's got like no purpose. Oh yeah, I forgot actually. I was trying to make like a ombre nail out of this like mesh material, but once I placed my Cover Nude, I realized, okay, this isn't really looking how I wanted it, but I still went ahead with it because, you know, I started it and I'm just like, well, you know, let's see where this could go, you know. Let's just, you know, don't doubt yourself too much. Just see, you know, how it looks in the end. And, you know, I ended up staying with it and keeping it. I wasn't 100% happy with it, I'll be honest. But I do go in with the glitter. And, you know, I just make the best of it. You know, you're not always going to love every nail that you do. And these are those moments that you run into where you're like, I could have done better on that one, but I will do better the next time. So, yeah. So I just took some of that glitter mix and dotted that like a S swoop again throughout like the center of the nail, and kind of like a S swoop again. And I think I take some of that gold. Hang on. I don't know why I added more. I didn't need to add more, but I don't know. I'll end up filing it anyways, but because I put down the glitter, and I guess I wanted to see how it would look like kind of over the glitter, but And then I dotted some more of the glitter, so I'll come in to cap it as well when I'm done. And I hope everybody's been enjoying these videos. I really love this angle, guys. I don't know, let me know what you think of it. I know I need better lighting. I'm working on that, I promise. But yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm really liking this angle, and I'm liking kind of how you guys can see how I place the bead, how I'm designing the nail, and it seems to work, you know. So I believe this nail ended up being a full glitter nail, I believe, or it might be like an ombre with glitter. Let's see. It might just be a full nail, and then I might actually like go in with some of that glitter mix itself, because I think I ended up going in on the thumbs with a full glitter nail. But I'm not sure. It could be a full. Oh yeah, it is a full glitter nail. So I think I do it on the ring finger and the thumbnails, a full glitter nail. But I think on the thumbs, I'm not sure. I think I might go over the top of the ring fingers with some of the glitter mix, and then the thumbs are just the extra fine gold, kind of multi-mix with extra fine and 1mm. It's really pretty, actually. Okay, so the thumb is definitely, I know the thumb is definitely the full gold. I hate when I go in with the glitter sometimes and you go to like brush it down and it pulls off like that. So I just picked up a lot more glitter this time, and I tried not to like pull it as much, but as you can see, it still did the same thing. So I'm just picking up some of that glitter with my wet brush and dotting it on that damp acrylic still, so I could get full coverage. And then I'll go like 3/4 of the way up and start building more. And then I'll go in with my cuticle bead and just make sure it's nice and neat around those side walls and the cuticle area, and that it's nice and flush and on that nice 45-degree angle, so that your structure is built properly every time, guys. Remember that when you're holding your brush up at that cuticle area, you want it tucked behind that bead, but you also want it at that 45-degree angle, so that your stress point is in the right spot every time, and your nail looks the same every time, no matter who it's on. Because no matter what, you gotta build the nail according to the shape of the person's nail. And it's always more flush at the cuticle, and then it comes up ever so slightly, and then kind of straight out and down. Excuse me. So I just finished that up, and I'll go into cap, guys. And that's not much after that. I mean, I go in on this Marilyn nail, and I'll do some of the golds. I do want to share this with you guys. Just kind of trimming off more of that edge there, just to make sure that, you know, when I come in to cap and everything, that everything looks okay. So I'm going to come in with some gold around that free edge area, and then some of that white opal up at that top, like around her head area. I wanted this to be more like a peekaboo shot, kind of like the other nail is more like obvious. This one I wanted to be like more like you have to look at it up close to see what it is. But it really turned out good, and it was really nice in the end. She loved them, so that's all that I care about, you know? Just making my client happy. I like to work miracles and just kind of come up with my own designs, and it's just different, you know? The gold and the black and white, and just, I don't know, everything looks so pretty with this set. I'm dotting some of that glitter mix around Marilyn as well. And then I'm going to take some of that white opal and put that up in that top cuticle area. So I'm about to pick some of that up and start working that into that spot right there. Just Just making sure that that's flush. Making sure I am filling in those gaps and kind of dotting that around Marilyn. Because it's an iridescent glitter mix, you know, I could pretty much put it wherever I want on the picture because it's, you know, see-through. So it's not going to look bad if, you know, a little piece of it is covering her by accident. You'll still be able to see her, you know. So I just finished that up, and then I'll come into cap when I'm ready. And I'll add a little more where I need to with the gold and kind of just blend that upwards into that iridescent. So it's kind of like a seamless blend, you know what I mean? I know in the lace pinky, I do dot some of that gold glitter around, and trying to so move on to the middle nail. I'm gonna start with my black, and I'm doing another ombre nail here, so just making sure that I get that nice and neat. Always want to make sure that you clean your brush out really good with colors like this because they're extremely pigmented and they will stain your brush really bad. So I'm just making sure that I have it as opaque as I need it. And then I'll come in with my Cover New blush. And then I'll pull down my sidewalls and I'll pull down my center. I'll come in with a little bit more. And then I'll pull down my center again, and I will start dotting some of that glitter, just making sure that my black is showing through. So just doing it on the opposite side of the other hand so that they look cohesive and nice and neat. I don't know if I dot any of that glitter mix. I don't think I do. Just kind of cleaning some of that up because it was a little thick right there. And then I believe I go in on the pointer. So I'm going to dot some of that, you know, that gold. Like I was saying, I was going to dot some of that gold around the black lace, but I don't want to cover it, obviously. So I just want some dotted here and there. And then I'll take some of that glitter mix as well, and I'll kind of dot some of those around. Trying to make sure that there's no glitter like covering the lacy parts that I want to show through, you know. So literally sky's the limit, guys. As far as encapsulating things, you could literally encapsulate whatever you want. So that's all I have, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for continuing to watch and support my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you all in my next one. I've left a picture for you guys to see, and that's it, guys. I love you all so much. Bye.